What's wrong?
I need to get him to safety.
Who?
Him!
Oh, he's so cute. I just want to squish his little gizmo cheeks.
Quick, we gotta get him to a safe place.
I know a safe place.
Ooh, what about UC Berkeley's safe space?
Oh yeah, great idea, Carrot. The patriarchal volumes at which you permeate our safe space are both microaggressive and triggering to those sensitive of sound.
Oh god.
Instead, we ask for you to celebrate using a series of affirming blinks. Blink, 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 blink. See, I'm blinking, blink, 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 blink. This is the future if we keep going this way.
Oh, hell no!
Well, hello kiddies, it's your friendly neighborhood watchman here with you today to talk about Gina Carano. She and Elon have been making quite the waves around the internet recently as she files a lawsuit against the company for firing her from Star Wars, The Mandalorian. And good for her, says I. Boy, Disney just can't seem to stay out of the headlines to save their lives, let me tell you. So, without further ado, let's jump right into this article from Bounding Into Comics with the byline by our friend Spencer Backley with the heading, Gina Carano receives assistance from Elon Musk. Gee, I wonder why, huh? Right, Bob? Files wrongful termination lawsuit against Disney and Lucasfilm over her The Mandalorian firing. Artists do not sign away our rights as American citizens when we enter into employment. There's a lovely Gina Carano. Gina Carano has officially announced that thanks to assistance provided by Elon Musk, she is now moving to sue both Disney and Lucasfilm over her abrupt and now infamous firing from The Mandalorian. The former Cara Dune actress first announced her intent to take the House of Mouse and its subsidiary studio to court, the full filing of which can be read here. On February 6th, via a lengthy post made to her official Twitter account. And here's the tweet from Gina Carano. Today is an important day for me. I am filing a lawsuit against Lucasfilm and Disney. After my 20 years of building a career from scratch and during the regime of former Disney CEO Bob Chapek, Lucasfilm made this statement on Twitter, terminating me from The Mandalorian. Quote, Gina Carano is not currently employed by Lucasfilm, and there are no plans for her to be in the future. Nevertheless, her social media posts denigrating people based on their cultural and religious identities are abhorrent and unacceptable. End quote. And so are your freaking lies, because she did not do those things, if you had any sense at all. To continue, nothing could be further from the truth. The truth is, I was being hunted down from everything I posted to every post I liked because I was not in line with the acceptable narrative of the time. My words were consistently twisted to demonize and dehumanize me as an alt-right-wing extremist. It was a bullying smear campaign. You know, the kind the left are supposedly against, bullying, aimed at silencing, destroying, and making an example out of me. Gina continues. Thing is, I never even used aggressive language. I shared thought-provoking quotes, pictures, memes, and occasionally I used my own words, not with aggression, but with respect, and the occasional comedy to keep the mood light in dark times. Look with your own eyes at what I posted and ask yourself, for example, where did I compare Republicans to the Jewish people in the Holocaust? I didn't. Ask yourself why they were calling me a racist. Was there any merit behind that or history of it whatsoever? No. Look at why I was called a transphobe for making droid noises from Star Wars. Quote, beep, bop, boop, end quote, was obviously directed to the online bullies and did not in any way denigrate transgender people. Were my questions about masks, lockdowns, and forced vaccines okay to ask and push the subject into light? Should we have been allowed to publicly discuss these topics at the time without being harassed or censored? Absolutely. Oh yeah, what, we supposed to just take whatever we hear from the mainstream media and the government without question? Like lemmings? Like these leftist sheep? Hell no. And our founding fathers will be on our side. On the right side of history, which they erroneously claim they're on. Speaking about the left. But I digress. To continue, Hollywood says they support female representation and equal rights. Why then were my male co-stars permitted to speak without harassment and re-education courses or termination? But I was not afforded the same right to exercise my freedom of speech. Artists do not sign away our rights as American citizens when we enter into employment. I have spoken to all my co-stars since I was fired, and there is nothing but care and kind words between us. I respect their right to free speech and do not have to think the same on every issue to be their friends and work with them. I know they feel the same towards me. A couple of months ago, Elon Musk tweeted that if you have been fired from using the platform for exercising your right to free speech, he would like to offer these people legal representation. Quite the noble offer, but never in my wildest dreams would I have thought anyone would take on my case against Lucas Disney. Still, I'd respond back, quote, I think I qualify, end quote, and thousands of people agreed, but I did not expect anything. To my surprise, a few months ago, I received an email from a lawyer who had been hired by X, formerly Twitter, to look into my story and many others. Turns out, after sending them as much information as I could gather these past few months, my now lawyers and X believe wholeheartedly in my case and are moving forward. Excellent. I would like to express my deepest gratitude and thank you to Elon and X for giving me an opportunity to bring my case to light. As for me, I would love to pick up where I left off and continue my journey of creating and participating in storytelling, which is my utmost passion and everything I worked so hard for. It has been difficult to move forward with the lies and labels stuck on me. Backed and encouraged by the most powerful entertainment company in the world, that being Disney, I am grateful someone has come to my defense in such a powerful way and look forward to clearing my name. Thank you to all the people who have supported me and made your voices heard. I pray God blesses each and every one of you. With love, Gina Carano. Whew, that's quite the email. This is another tweet of hers made a while back, which is, of course, used against her and purposely taken out of context by those who know better and parroted by maybe some that aren't the brightest bulb in the box. Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views? She's making a connection. She's making an analogy. No, from Gina. They're mad because I won't put pronouns in my bio to show my support for trans lives. After months of harassing me in every way, I decided to put 3 very controversial words in my bio. Beep, bop, boop. I'm not against trans lives at all. They need to find less abusive representation. Hey, she said nothing wrong there, boy. Another tweet from back in the day from Gina. If they can arrest you for not wearing a mask and walking outside without permission, they can make up any reason to arrest you. That's the damn truth. How do these police officers live while implementing tyrannical rule over the people they are vowed to protect? They know what's wrong. All they do, unless they're, those that were born to have served in the Gestapo during the 1930s Germany, but were born too late and in the wrong place to have gladly signed up and joined. This is just going over the tweets I already went through. Yeah, I think I qualify. Following the announcement of a lawsuit, Musk himself would take to Twitter to invite any others who felt they qualified to, please let us know if you would like to join the lawsuit against Disney. Hello, Bob.
Oh, that's cool.
Notably, a second and far more cheeky recap of the chain of events which led to this legal action was provided by Carano and her legal team in her introduction to their lawsuit. And here's a paragraph from the introduction of their lawsuit. A short time ago, in a galaxy not so far away, defendants made it clear that only one orthodoxy in thought, speech, or action was acceptable in their empire, and that those who dared to question or failed to fully comply would not be tolerated. Open the actress' female legal filing with the U.S. Central District Court of California. And so it was with Carano. After 2 highly acclaimed seasons on The Mandalorian as Rebel Ranger Cara Dune, Carano was terminated from her role as swiftly as her character's peaceful home planet of Alderaan had been destroyed by the Death Star in an earlier Star Wars film. It was a good one, and not coincidentally, it wasn't made by Disney. And all this because she dared voice her own opinions on social media platforms and elsewhere, and stood up to the online bully mob who demanded her compliance with their extreme progressive ideology. End quote. Well said, Gina. I wish you all the luck in the world. Most of us common sense folks do. You know what comes next? When we have the opportunity, we will dive into the first group of reader comments. And to start us off, we have Hardy Sucks. There's nothing quite like kicking Disney while they're down. You just love to see it. Death by 1,000 cuts may well topple the company in the end. If only someone could file a class action lawsuit on behalf of all their non-ESG shareholders for neglecting their fiduciary duty. I agree. Get a like for that. Next up from a guest we have, I think she has a pretty good case, but it's her against Disney's Shark Tank of $1 million lawyers. Not a great matchup. Yeah, David and Goliath, right? But you have Musk behind her. And he's no David. Hardy Sucks responds, Disney's $1 million lawyers are already tied up in a dozen other lawsuits, which are lined up against them. To appropriate your Shark Tank metaphor, it is Disney's blood that is in the water, and everybody knows it. They are vulnerable. They are hemorrhaging money. The media is turning on them, or at least no longer running defense for them. The public doesn't trust them. They've lost all their park privileges, and Universal is stealing their market share. They're fighting a hostile shareholder takeover internally, etc., etc. Their problems are endless, and they deserve every bit of it. Damn right they do, Harley. Love it. Chief Beef joins in the thread to add, Musk could buy all of Disney and their lawyers. It's going to get down to how much help he's willing to offer, and that's always an open question with him, and whether they get a friendly judge. Last but not least, we have Gift of Gab 247 with DeSantis bending Disney over is now opening the door for others to do the same. You just love to see it. Yes, I do. Couldn't happen to a less worthy company. Well, folks, that's the end of this video. So, kiddies, we reached the end of this video. And if you stand against Disney and are glad they finally are receiving their comeuppance and are in the crosshairs for a change, then click on that like button. If you're a fan of Gina or just believe in fair play, then smash that like button. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. And for shame if you haven't. And click on the notification bell so that you'll always be forewarned whenever I drop another video. And as always, stay safe and I bid you peace.
You have something that I want.
Who's this guy?
You may think that you may have some idea of what you are in possession of, but you do not.
I'm still hot though.
In a few moments, it will be mine.
It is common for adventures to have an epic finale.
It means more to me.
This is boring conversation.
Than you will ever.
What was that?
Is that pesto?
Who's this guy?
Is that pesto in your omelet? Oh, it's asparagus!
I'm sorry, I missed that last part.
It's asparagus! I thought it was pesto!
Well, I didn't actually miss. I'm sort of undefeated currently, but you get the idea.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Haha!
Well, he was standing right at the window without a helmet. What did he think they were gonna...
Let's roll! Oh my God, we're all gonna die!
Well, that was pretty easy. Oh, conflict. I must self-destruct.